Alright, guys, I hope I'm being clearly visible and audible to all of you. Welcome to the day 71 of recording daily shit videos for 75 days. And if you've been watching all these videos from the playlist of 0 to 1, I really appreciate your attention span. And all this boredom will be off one day, and you'll be in a position where you'll be proud of. But it's just that you have to persevere the fortitude and the hard work that you're putting in. Okay? So, on that note, may God bless all of you and all your honest efforts. Therefore, without any further ado, let us start our today's video. Today, we will talk about the uh, euthanasia. And firstly, let me explain what euthanasia is. Euthanasia is basically the painless killing of a person, or for that matter, animals, or any living organism that is in Earth. Euthanasia is basically painless killing of of a living organism who are going through incurable or unbearable pain. So that is first euthanasia. All right, now let us move on to our whole video. The title of this video is Euthanasia Undermines the Sanctity of Human Being. See, the idea itself that euthanasia undermines the sanctity of human life is one of the central arguments raised against it, especially in terms of ethics, religion, and philosophy. All right. Now let us unravel all this perspective clearly. First, we have is the sanctity of life argument. First is intrinsic value of life. Many traditions hold that human life has inherent worth. What's that? Psycho सदर psycho topic में psycho बने जैसे यार थोड़ा सा उससे लगी ना where we a lot of tradition holds that the human life is and have inherent worth. ठीक है? Therefore, independent of circumstance like illness or suffering, ending life deliberately that we do in euthanasia, even to relieve pain, can be seen as violating principle for multiple tradition, or for that matter, even for families, right? A family would rather see a person in pain rather than knowing that he or she is no more. All right, so that's the first point. And second is moral boundary, allowing uh, euthanasia blurring the line between preserving life and intentionally ending it. That's what I've said in the first point. I have quite elaborated it in addition, right? So therefore, the same point comes again. And I can bring in same thing in point 2 also, with some argue that it erodes respect for human dignity, right? So that is where the first point and second point contradicts. Again, varies from family to family, very controversial and debatable, right? It is, what do you call that word? Uh, it varies, all right. It varies. So that's there. And third is slippery slope concern. Critics worry that normalizing euthanasia could lead to broader acceptance of ending lives of human beings in less clear-cut situation. Again, it becomes a shortcut for multiple, doctors, or for that matter, hospitals. Right? He or she is suffering unbearable pain. Right? It's better we take another road and just end this, end this whole stuff painlessly. So that might be the case, right? Therefore, it is quite a big concern. So that's there. Uh, for example, we have a lot of disability, right? Non-terminal illness, right? We have different n number of disabilities. So that's there. And for that matter, there might be, not just disability, but in certain cases, a lot of social and financial pressure also plays a huge role in euthanasia, right? So that's there. Now let us see the ethical and religion dimension. Religious view. What does a religion view into it? In Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, and many more other faiths, life is considered as sacred and given by higher power, or for that matter, God. Ending it prematurely is often equated with interfering in divine will. Again, this is an you know view or from the spectrum of the religious you know principle that we have, right? That's there. And second is philosophical stance. Thinkers who emphasize duty and moral absolutes, like Karl Marx, right? Ah, I'm really sorry, not Karl Marx, uh, Karl Kant. All right. Thinkers like Kant, all right, Immanuel Kant, argue that life should never be treated as a means to an end, even relief from suffering. So that's what the Immanuel Kant have advocated. Yet, from my side, I would say, right, if the person is going through unbearable pain, and on top of that, if it's incurable, right, he or she must pave the financial way for the upcoming generation, right? Therefore, right, if there's no future, then things must end and the so must continue, right, for the future generation. Therefore, my personal stance is I do not agree with Immanuel Kant. That's what I would like to convey in a nutshell. That's there. Now, let us see the counterpoint and its autonomy and compassion. While the sanctity argument is powerful, yet supporters of enthu, uh, euthanasia, euthanasia euthanasia highlights autonomy, respecting a person's rights to choose how and when they want to die. That is what the counterpoint says of protecting or supporting the euthanasia. And second is compassion, preventing prolonged suffering when no cure or relief is possible. That's there. And third is medical ethics. Some argue that helping a patient die with dignity can align with the principle of beneficence, acting in the patient's best interests. So that's their those were all the counterpoint. Although I'm not well versed with this euthanasia, to be very honest, I am hearing this word for the first time. Yet I thought, let us make our today's video on quite different topic. So that's why I'm making this video. Therefore, in summation, few key takeaways from this video is the claim that euthanasia undermines that the sanctity of life rest on the belief that life is inviolable and must be preserved regardless of suffering. However, the debate remains deeply contested among the debaters, wherein balancing absolute respect for life against the individual autonomy and compassion. That was it for our today's video, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been till the end, I really appreciate your attention span. May God bless all of you and all your efforts. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.